many different elements of circularity are mentioned, and many directions are possible. With the panel that we have here, I hope to see some diversity in what circularity means and what you're already doing.
So we have the ambition to feed into our chemicals crackers that produce the building blocks of plastics 1 million tons of plastic waste by 2025.
It's actually our first event here today as part of the European Supply Chain Forum. And it's quite close to our business model, our DNA, because we're basically a circular company, which is kind of cool to do on a global level.
The real concern is, of course, our materials, because we are using up our planet multiple times in terms of raw materials.
You imagine that in the future we will all have our separate bins, but so what needs to happen until we get there?
The waste business is a kind of strange business because everyone has a business case, which assets like the CHEP pellets, they have a kind of value, and everything what we have was thrown away. So there's no value in it, and our challenge is to turn the company around to look at it like valuable goods. Then we have to pay our customers instead of them paying us.
What are the key resources that you need, and maybe out of those, which are the resources that are most difficult to find?
One step that we take into our approach is to map the process and also map the capabilities that are different compared to what we're used to in the linear economy. And that's one of the challenges that we see, because systems are set up to deliver rather than to collect and take back. And maybe just as an example, in linear supply chain we have distribution, but in the reverse supply chain we have the challenge of how do we collect.
So suppose that the supply chain engineer tomorrow goes to his company and decides to start with a circularity program. What is the first thing that they should do or consider as a start?
If you have the time, start learning by doing. What's the hurdles in my product? What's the hurdles in my process? And very often you can do it, but you find out that it is highly manual. But by exploring that, you find out the things that is needed to make it scalable. And in general, I would say make sure that, I would say 3 pillars are in place. That's the product design, the business model, and your circular supply chain. If you miss any of them, it will be difficult to succeed.